Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Don't think you can possess a woman. Now listen to me very closely. You can pull a woman and you can attract a woman. But remember what I've talked about, a woman's choice, like a woman choosing a man. Even when she's chosen you, she has to choose to stay with you. It has to be her thing. You can't control a woman in that way. Because now I usually do this during my car videos, but the my bad man. There's plenty of men who thought they were possessing the woman and stuff, and you get some women, shoot, they'll get with the my bad man, just to mess with that man's head. They'll do it right in that man's bed. And seriously, she'll cheat on him or something. She'll do whatever. Or she'll let him think he running stuff and then doing whatever behind, when his back is turned. Could be spending that, even just having sex with another man. She could be spending his money or doing some stuff or undermining whatever his mission is. Look, here's the thing you gotta understand with women. They gotta choose to be with you. I don't care however you met them, whatever. They still making a choice. Even when you cold approach them. But I said it's rare that you actually cold approaching them. Usually a woman saw you like way beforehand and put herself in position, is gonna act like it. And they know. A woman knows. And that's okay. But she's making a choice to be with you. But don't think you can possess her. Even when you marry her and she takes your last name. Yeah, she might take your last name, but you still don't possess her. And it's not like she's controlling you, but she's making a choice to be with you. You have to become the type of man that a woman is choosing to be with, that a woman wants to cooperate with. Let me talk about cooperation, because that's a big thing. I don't care how fine she is, whatever. The biggest thing is she's cooperating with you. She is in cooperation with your operation. Even if you want to use the word submission, she is voluntarily submitting to your mission. She is in helping your mission. When you say submission, you saying, she's helping your mission. She's cooperating. She's saying what she's going to do. But you can't force a woman. And I think a lot of men out here get in trouble because they think they can force a woman into something. You can't force them. You can use religion, you can use physical force, whatever. Yeah, and that's, what? It's like that old joke about grits. Grits being thrown. Dude to go to sleep, all of a sudden have some hot grits thrown on her. Because if you try to control the woman, she will be in rebellion. And it could be so many different ways. You bouncing that baby up on your knee and everything, you thinking, man, this baby awfully big. You don't know she got with some big dude just to mess with you. Now, when a woman gets with you, she has to make a choice. She has to make the choice no matter what. She has to make the choice. She has to want to be with you. Now, some guys will say, well, I ain't getting a woman that way. I'm going to get a woman. Well, why don't you become the man she wants to be with? And the man she wants to be with ain't one she can control. The man that women want to be with is a leader. The man, he's a protector. He's a leader. He's a hunter. He's a healer. That's who they want. Shoot. I've met some women, they would come up, seriously, several women who would talk about how independent they were and everything, but then they would voluntarily get with that guy who's leading and everything. I tell the story a lot about this one woman who had a reputation of jumping on men, just getting in their face, whatever. But she married this guy, and I said, well, how'd you get married? I asked her straight up, looked at her and asked her straight up. She said, because her husband would tell her to zip it. But she voluntarily got with him. Because even a lot of women want that guy who's going to lead. But you can't force it. You can't possess it. They have to make the choice. Only way they're going to make the choice is, as a man, you got to be thorough about your stuff. You got to be the leader. You can't ask her to lead and you not leading. Like, you got some guys out here and they ain't got shit going on. Let me just be real. They ain't got shit going on with them. But they want to be the leader. No, you lead. The woman's going to come. You're a man who got something going on. The woman is going to come. She'll come. You get 2 or 3 women. They looking at you, because women always examining a man. They seeing what he doing. They coming voluntarily. They helping voluntarily. They in cooperation with your operation. They are in submission to your mission. But let's talk about that submission thing, because a lot of guys want that. How are they going to be in submission to your mission if you don't have a mission? You got to have that mission first, and she got to see that mission. She got to see what you doing. Then once she see what you doing, she decides whether or not she's going to help. And a lot of women out here, like I said, I've met a lot of independent women. I don't know. They would call themselves independent, but then they run into that one guy who's just he's doing his thing. In fact, they doing what they can to get him. They learned. I've met a few women learn they weren't even cookers. They were like, I ain't cooking. All of a sudden, they meet that guy, they learning how to cook. They being there. She's coming to him. He don't have to do anything. Because if a man is thorough, if a man got his stuff going on, the women gonna come to him. In fact, his biggest issue is managing the women. That's going to be his biggest issue, but it's because what he doing his thing. When you look at the men at the top of the pyramid, the women are coming for them. And not because they necessarily just handsome. Shoot, some of them ain't. Not consensusly anyway, but they doing their thing. And the woman is making a choice to deal with them. You know? But don't think you can possess her. If you at that point where you think you have to force her or anything like that, then that means you don't have what it takes to draw her in. And that's how you have to look at it. That is how you have to look at it. You have to be the man doing something that she wants to cooperate with. She wants to be in cooperation with your operation. The man with the mission that she wants to be in submission to. She wants to help. You know? Because if that's not the case, you're going to have some problems. But whatever the case, it's still her choice of choosing to be with you. It's her choice. And you can allow her choice. But see, in order for her to even get that choice, you got to be thorough yourself. And like I said in my last sit down, you're not doing it for a particular woman. You doing it because you want to be sovereign in your own life. Your main relationship is with yourself. You know? And I always use the example of me being a writer. You know, the women that I was good with they were down for writing, and I remember one, she was selling some of my books for me. She got a bunch of my books and was selling them for me. So it's like she was in cooperation with my operation. So I want y'all to think about that, all right? You can't possess a woman. She has to choose to be with you. I want y'all to think about that. And I'll get back with y'all later, all right? Peace and blessings.